Hi everybody, how's it going? Today we are going to be doing a March garden tour, and I am super excited to show you what I've been growing on and doing out in the garden. And it's been a long time, so let's just jump right into it and let's do a little show and tell. So I have my desert sage right here in a container, and I do have portulaca that has wintered over and it is growing back, and I did reseed almost 2 packets of portulaca seeds in here, and I'm just so excited for the color because it was stunner. And this has like purple flowers during the summer, and it's just amazing. And then in this flower bed I have planted gladiolas in the winter time, like in December. I planted them, and I did plant another 70 almost 2 weeks ago. So we should be seeing some new growth popping out of the soil anytime now, but I'm super excited because all of my seeds I usually get from the dollar store or discounted, and it's been fairly easy to start these seeds as long as you keep them moist, and it's been a game changer. So even the gladiolas, I got them at the dollar store, and these little seedlings I planted almost 3 weeks ago, and they're growing on well. It's like a wildflower cottage mix. Here, I just transplanted some lemongrass that I had growing in another container on the side of my house. And I just staggered it every, I don't know, I think I got 6 lemongrass here because sometimes the mosquitoes are, I don't gotta explain that. But I have some vincas from last year that have grown back, and I cut them back, and they are producing new growth like crazy. And then I have some peas that sprouted, doing well. And then I cut back my purple fountain grass. It's growing back fantastic. And the same thing with, I think this is my, I think it's Angelonia. Nope. Oh man, I always forget. I'm sorry. And then I got some more sugar snap peas right here, along with some more gladiolas, and just the seed coverage of these wildflowers. They are everywhere. Oh, and I did tons of sunflowers because I'm thinking the birds might get to it, the sun might get to it, or I might forget to water. You never know what happens. So I seed heavily. And if I need to prune back, obviously I will. But that is what is growing on in this flower bed. Here's a look at the garlic in the kiddie pools. They're doing, I say, fairly well. There's some brown tipping on the top, but that's normal. They are just getting back to growing some new shoots here. The weather has been fairly favorable. It's been in the 80s, but today has been just glorious. And we got rain. And here are the onions. Some of them are a little bit smaller than in my raised beds, and it might have to do with the depth of the soil, so it's all in trial and error, but if I get something, it's worth it. All right, guys, we are here in my, I guess you would call, side run of flower containers. And let's just show you what I just planted and what I cleaned up just a couple of weeks ago and show you the progress on everything. So I have a blackberry plant that I just planted and it's doing great. It's already pushing new growth here on the very bottom. And then here is a lilac bush pushing new buds everywhere. I have not seen this bloom yet, so fingers crossed we can see that maybe this year. Here's my blueberry bush, Sharpie blueberry bush, and it is produced a couple blueberries last year. It was its first year, and I did prune it, and I hope I pruned it right. I'm not too sure, but we will see. But the growth on it is, you know, can't beat the new growth look. And then here are my strawberry containers. I have some strawberries on it, but this one's pretty huge, so they are producing and loving the life. Look at that. And these girls. We have some sweet peas growing up a tomato cage, and I did reseed a whole bunch. Then I seeded some sweet peas in this container, which the birds found already. Cut my lemongrass back, new growth. And this is where I took those ones from the flower bed that I planted from. I just ripped it from the side and planted them. Sounds kind of violent, but it's what has to be done. And here I have some more sugar snap peas, and I planted some more down below, but they love their life, and we've been picking them. Like, look at this. Huh. Just gotta wait until they plump up a little bit, but they're doing great. Here is my Haley's honeysuckle. I'm so excited for the blooms on this because this smells amazing. Here's the deets, and the chickens ate every single one of the leaves, canopy off of this, and it really saddened me, but look at the new growth. It's beautiful. And here is my first peach tree. Like, look, stunning. And I did plant some snapdragons, 6 along the edge of this look-alike crepe barrel. And I think this is a bare root peach tree, but it looked so good at the store. I have not seen any growth. Or maybe, is this the growth? I'm thinking. But I'm hoping it does, because peach trees are expensive. And then here is my blackberry triple crown. And I'm thinking that I need to put it in a spot that gets 6 hours plus sun, but our sun is super harsh here, so it's, you know, it's always a guessing game sometimes when it says that on tags. But it is pushing new growth. It's really hard to see. This is all the old stuff. But I'm hoping that it makes a comeback. I probably need to put it in a container that looks like this, you know. Have more sugar snap peas along with the lemongrass, and I did have some I think primroses in here. They have growth, but I don't know if they'll produce anything this year. Might be just a fluke. So, and then in this one we have lantana and then some angelonia that I did cut back just last week, so we are barely seeing some new blooms getting on the plant. And then my little angelonia I did cut back also, so we'll see some new growth hopefully. And we are just like, look at the sky. We are having the best weather right now. overcast, so no harsh shadows. Let's just jump right into it. I have a couple of containers that did have some cumin growing on it, and they have long past seen their days. But so worth it to grow my own cumin. And in this bed, I have onions planted along with cauliflower that have gone past and are going to seed, and I'm just letting the flowers just take over, and the bees, they love it. And I planted an Anaheim chili pepper. I got some snapdragons. And I did plant some corn this week along each end of the beds. Well, maybe not that one. I don't think I did on that side. To cast a shadow when it's, because the sun sets this way, and it just is a little hot during the hot parts of the month. So I thought I would create a natural shade, and I hope it works well. And then we get to use the corn, so that's also a great plus. And here are some flower seeds coming up, some more snapdragons, and here are the amazing pepper plants that produced well for me last season. But I didn't want to uproot them or take them out, so what I am doing is waiting to see the new growth right here on. There are some new growth shoots coming up here, but I'm going to be taking after it, and I'm just going to be taking all of this. I mean, there are still peppers producing, but if I take after it and cut it, I think I will be able to get a second year out of these peppers. And I'm really grateful because I enjoyed these peppers so much. They tasted delicious, and they were a heavy producer. And I know that some people say that you can get a even better crop the second year, so fingers crossed. And moving along, we got some dill ready to be harvested, and these are called gazinias. They are sun lovers. Right now they're actually closed up. They close up when the sun goes away. And that's pretty much it for this bed. And then in this bed, I have a Hawaiian punch hibiscus, not looking too good, but it did survive the winter. I just had it out here, didn't do anything special to it, but it has new growth. Sorry, can't focus. And then in this container, which is making a comeback also, is, there we go. I don't really know how to say that, so there. And then here's the oregano, beautiful as ever. Oh, oregano. Yeah. And then in this second bed, I have the tomato that I've kept, and it's producing some tomatoes, but I am going to do the same thing with this one, and I'm going to see the new growth on the very bottom. Very luscious and beautiful, and it's already producing new flowers, so I really need to get on top of it and chop it up or prune it up. And then I seeded a bunch of radishes right here. And I got beets right here, but the birds are notorious, and they keep on chopping out the little bits. but we'll see if we get anything. And more radishes right here. And then I have a new pepper called a candy cane. I'm really excited about this one. It's supposed to be not as like spicy. I left it on too long, but they're supposed to have red and green striping like a candy cane. This is a broccoli plant that I just let go to town, and there are second shoots coming out, or thirds. But the bees have just loved on this, and I'm okay with it because it was pretty amazing to see it grow. And when it's all done, I can chop it up into little pieces, and my chickens will just, they'll love me for it. And then in this bed, I planted a green zucchini. I did start mine from seed, and they did not make it when I transplanted them out in the 80-degree weather. So these ones, I went out to my local nursery and I did pick them up, and they are making it, and I planted them I think a week ago. And I planted crimson sweet watermelon. Sorry for the focus, guys. Oh, there it is. But in like 97 days, I should have watermelon. I'm super excited. They didn't have my Charleston Gray watermelon that I love, but we will go for the crimson. Some more cauliflower that I've gone to flower. Then I did a little block of corn for the shade. And that's pretty much it in this bed. And then in this one right here, I have some succulent plants coming back. My petite rose. Oh, sorry, it's focusing on my hand. Then I had a blueberry. I forgot what variety, I'm sorry. I did plant peas all along here and in here. And the birds, they've got to it. I have in here planted some pumpkins and I think some more watermelon, but I have not seen any germination on that. The sun has barely made its way from the, I guess it casts as an overshadow from the sun, so it's barely making its way to heat this ground up. So hopefully we'll see some germination from that here pretty quickly. And gotta prune up the peppers. See, I gave it a test go for this pepper, and I think I, might have killed it, but I see some new growth at the bottom, but I might have stunted it a little bit too much because I wasn't looking out for the new growth. So we'll see. I'm hopeful on that. If not, I can get a new pepper and get a new variety. And that was my my green bell. This was amazing producer last year. And then this is my red bell pepper. The same thing, new growth. Be trimming that up. And then my carrots have gone to town and are producing seeds. They are just so amazing to look at, and I'm just letting them do their thing, and if they reseed themselves, then that's amazing. And then I have my first artichoke that I've ever grown, and it loves its life. I'm just so excited to see the actual flower, but these leaves are just so striking. Now I see why people grow them, because they're just amazing. And then this is my hollyhocks. Let me step back because it is huge. It's like almost as tall as me, 5 feet. I've been growing this thing in a container for 2 years, and this is the year it's gonna flower. I'm so excited. Look in here. I think those little flowers are extra leaves. I'm not too sure, but it's just, oh, I'm just so excited. I had a same one planted in this container, but it got waterlogged. But the little babies, they're still growing, so we'll maybe 1-2 more years. But this guy I'm super excited about. And then I have an azalea plant that actually loves its life. I thought I killed it, but it loves where I put it, so I'm gonna keep it there. And then in this container I have a couple of rogue spring flowers popping up. My broccoli, I went to go to flower again, and just some spring flowers popping up. I'm not too sure what this is called, but it has like purple flowers, delicate flowers on it. It's stunning. And then in this bed, I converted it to a strawberry bed. So right here, I have a little bit of a Swiss chard. Bright lights. I started some from seed. And I got these 2 from the nursery to give me a little kickstart. This one's orange. And for me, Swiss chard gets super huge, like up to like 2 feet tall. And I'm hoping it will cast a nice shadow for these strawberries. But I'm dealing with a little bit of powdery mildew on these. It's been too wet over here. And then in this bed, I have some more broccoli and cauliflower that have gone to seed or to flower, which has been a stunning color show. Then some more snapdragons. Got some onions, gladiolas. This thing would be in full bloom, but there's no sun, so they look like something that would be like under the sea, like. And I hardly water this thing, and it loves its life. And I forgot the name, but once I find it, I'll definitely show you or let you guys know what it is. And then I have some more garlic right here. And then in this garden bed, I have some onion. And then I just planted some basil in the back. And then I just have some snapdragons. And then this area is a mess right now. I haven't gotten to it, but all my containers that I thought were dead have come back. Like these. It's a shrub. Forgot the name. My gardenias came back. But I'm going to be taking care of this and just trying to figure out, because when I first started planting this grass wasn't growing here. So I have to figure out where it was, because this was a blank slate and it was just dirt, and apparently there was grass growing here. But we'll take care of that. And I have let all of these ones, I've eaten some of them, but the majority have gone to seed. These are my Veronicas. These were stunners. Like, this is what they were supposed to look like in prime, like just not even a week ago. Can you see that? Oh, it was beautiful, but it's gotten a purple hue to it. Just stunning. And all of this will go to my chickens, so it's not like I'm going to be tossing it and not utilizing it. And then I have a couple of lettuces I've gone to seed, to reseed itself. And then this is my first grape. Look, there's pods. I think, right? My goodness. Well, this is my 3rd year gardening in this spot, so I am trial and error, and I am just so excited to bring you guys along and share my experience and, you know, just enjoy gardening in the low desert of Arizona. But I hope you guys enjoyed what I was bringing to you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.